ABXL.
All right, I finally made it here
EL.
before 9 o'clock today. Kids are off
UFG.
from school. Fix my hoodie and I gotta be presentable, you know what I mean?
NBIS.
I didn't get a chance to get my hair fully cut. I just kind of trimmed up.
DVLT. ANGX.
See what we got.
UFG. MAIA.
MAIA.
NBIS.
Okay. Excuse me. All right. So, me just gathered myself. A little tired here.
NGD.
It's chilly this morning. I'm not turning the heat on up here until I absolutely have to. I like to save money.
MAIA.
I don't want to be wasteful.
ORBS. MRVL.
Let's get my. Oh, all I did was move that a little bit. It got a little weird, yo.
NGD.
IBDA.
MRVL.
All right, so it's a little bit after 8 o'clock. I'll start with clearing out the watch list. And I might have to start with muting my watch here. So we're going to take out everything with low volume.
TSHA.
MRVL.
And let's keep our ear out for the scanner while we at it. Let's take a look at TSHA.
TSHA.
It's got a really big float. Hmm. Hmm.
TSHA. IBDA.
Hmm.
CIGL.
CIGL, let's take a look at that. Okay, pre-market $4.04. We got a little bit of space here. Looks like we can move into that, and there's gap above it.
TSHA.
Moving on, no news. Low float though. So we will look at CIGL. I'll throw that up there right away. Just to see. Yeah, I don't have any news on that either. But we'll set our levels.
TSHA.
We have a volume, high volume day, a couple of high volume days here.
NVTS.
TSHA.
Okay, SPY has made that bounce. We're moving into new highs. I know the government is shut down,
NVTS.
so that might have an effect on the market today. And more than likely it will. What is this? What's going on with TSHA? It's out of my sort of sweet spot, but it's moving. So do I have the volume, the shares? Yeah, the float's high. I don't have anything that tells me that it's all right. It does have news. This must be something that I had looked at or traded before because I got lines up there. Let's take a look at CIGL off the top top gappers part of the scanner. Yeah, a lot of these higher float. This can't be right. I'm sorry, CIGL. This float is low. Um, oh, we'll just take this off while we're doing this so we can see everything. Right? Low float. Big move in the pre-market. So it kind of filled a lot of this prior bigger candle. Good chance there's going to be bag holders in here. So this is around the levels where it's at now, where you start to see people selling into that spike, bag holders, just trying to get out.
CIGL. IBDA.
IVDA, let's take a look at IVDA. Lower float.
DFLI.
That's our high. Let's break down at this level here. Doesn't look so great to me. So, well, we got a couple seconds. Let's continue to clear out. And we're gonna group everything based on volume. And whatever doesn't have volume today, we're just gonna get rid of.
ANGX.
ANGX.
NCTY. DFLI.
Low volume. So a lot of this stuff just not looking good.
DFLI.
I don't know if that has
DFLI.
something to do with the government shutdown. My guess would be it does.
DFLI.
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 Take a look at DFLI.
NVNI. DFLI.
DFLI.
NVNI. STSS.
We got some volume on this thing. We could probably use more. Floats low high.
DFLI.
NVNI. DFLI.
I mean, it's moving. I got a ton of volume. I mean, a
NVNI.
ton of float here though. 61
DFLI.
million share size. They're in the energy sector. But again, we're seeing a bunch of stuff move on limited or no news, or actually no news.
DFLI.
So this DFLI is pushing into resistance levels
DFLI.
up here in the 80 cents range. There's a good chance we're going to see resistance on this in front of $1. Camera's a little high. Hold up.
NVNI. NVNI.
So it looks like there's going to be some of these really smaller price stocks moving, sub-dollar stocks.
NVNI.
So I'm noticing the trend here is going to be these. So I'm just going to take a stab at this NVNI, even though it's got a higher float. Let's see here. Man, maybe not. Yeah. Nah, I don't like it.
NVNI.
So we'll just watch the scanner. We're just going to listen and watch. So I'm also I'm gonna show you this.
ENVX.
I'm gonna keep my eye on this and see if any other traders on here call out any tickers. I actually have this on my left screen here, so, but I am keeping an eye on this in case these guys catch something I missed.
ENVX.
Let's take a look at ENVX.
NCTY.
It's out of my price range, but let's look at the float. Too high. 200 million plus shares on that one in the float.
ENVX.
I'm gonna go grab my nasty cup of coffee. I down there. I don't ran out of damn creamer, so I'm using milk. I will be right back. Give me a second here.
BOIL. ENVX. BOIL. ENVX.
Yeah, so there's a good chance because of the government shutdown that today's just gonna be one of them days. Let's get my frame a little bit better here.
BOIL. WYFI.
Bear with me here because I hate the way this camera's sitting today. Gotta do some adjustments.
SNGX.
This isn't just a wallet, it's a rare find. There's something different about owning something almost nobody
Let's take a look at SNGX.
NVNI.
This thing has jumped into some gap fill, looks like. Lower float. It's almost through the gap though. Volume sucks.
DRMA.
DRMA I've traded before. Let's just jumping over here.
CIGL.
We have a news catalyst on this one at 8 o'clock. Tiny float.
CIGL.
Next generation acne treatment. Oh, that's going to make them $1 billion. I mean, it could though.
BOIL.
Seems like bullshit. Looks like bullshit.
CIGL.
Oh Lord, what the hell is this now? What is this now?
CIGL.
TSHA.
Rodney Adu says, is it possible to move to me being ignorant about my neighbors? No, it's really just me being ignorant early and just chill the fuck out. Sometimes I get a little manic. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Yeah.
CIGL.
TSHA.
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 RUN.
AVGO. MDLZ.
NVNI.
HIMS. ENPH.
RUN.
MDLZ.
No, he's possible. He's right. Just get out of here or whatever, which we plan on doing.
AVGO.
I really need to
NVNI.
just kind of suppress my ignorance. That's really what it comes down to. I'm working on it.
TSHA.
RUN.
AVGO.
NVNI.
AVGO. Let's see. High day, 344 bucks. Not for me. And today is slow. So the market, well, small caps are slowed down. Like that's clear as day. The writing's on the wall there. Some even up earlier today. Let's take a look at this NVNI though. Even though it's getting its ass kicked, it looks like it's primed for some type of bounce.
NVNI.
AVGO. HIMS.
It's on this
PALI.
downtrend.
BOIL.
So it's on this downtrend after really getting his ass kicked. Let's see if it wants to kind of pop out of this downtrend. Maybe later. We'll keep it on watch. I'll keep it on one of my other screens over here. Because we really don't. It's slim pickings today. You see that coffee starting to work on me. I'm starting to come back to life.
HIMS.
I hate my framing here today. I gotta upgrade this camera. This is just a webcam I'm using.
VOIL.
I got my old
PALI.
Canon that I used to shoot music videos on, but I gotta send it out to get fixed. I was gonna use it as a webcam, either that or it's time to go grab a Sony. I just do not want to drop to $1,200. It's gonna, or plus that it's gonna cost for me to really get it and get
TSM.
everything I need for it. Not without being able to sort of make it pay for itself. I don't want to just, like, if I was still shooting music videos, I would do it. I wouldn't have a problem doing it.
TSHA.
But just to
AVGO.
buy it and stick it in front of my,
UFG.
on top of my damn camera, it's kind of, my computer's kind of crazy to me. But I
VOIL.
may have to. UFG, what's that?
TSM.
Fuel. That thing got cooked. Ooh, yeah, it got beat
TSHA.
bad. We might see a little bit of a pop off the bottom there,
VOIL.
but I don't want it.
AVGO. TSM.
NCTY.
TSHA. AVGO.
Danielle says that the land in
TSM.
Florida is cheaper, which is cool, Danielle. But you're gonna have to talk to Cheyenne and see if she wants to go down there. She's not gonna leave her fall
ONDS.
colors, and she likes it out here. Believe me, if it was up to me, I'd have forced her to California already or Florida. But really, I'm a Cali guy. I want to go to Cali, but I would settle for Florida to stay on the East Coast. But you know, the big boss makes all the rules at the end of the day. You know, so all I could do is
KZIA.
try to persuade her.
TSHA. VOIL.
KZIA, KZIA, KZIA. KZIA. Is that what we're looking for today?
ONDS.
What you got for me? Low float. News and therapeutics. Reduction in tumor, brain, something, something, something. Got to be careful on this one, but if I can get one good trade out of this,
VOIL.
this might be worth my while. Got to be quick here. Volume I'm not in love with. But we had a spike up above into the 300,000 range. Let's see if it wants to play itself out a little bit more. But we do have news on it, so let's check that out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start putting trivia on that screen over there, so I could just roll over
VOIL.
there. KZIA. Again, we actually have news on this. I don't have a float here for it.
PALI.
Oh, hold up. That's not right. Give me 1 second here. Dilution tracker.
BKKT.
All right, we're starting to pick up a little steam here. KZIA has to float at 1.5 million. Dilution tracker. Let's see here. Boom. There's that. Well, we actually have news on this. I'd like to see the volume step in, but if we don't see the volume step in, we'll leave it alone. But there's news here, so let's see if traders jump on this. There we look like we might be having some jump on it. Let's see here. Let's get that volume moving.
TSHA.
TSHA has taken off. I just don't like the float on it. It's just too big. It's too much going on there. It's pushing into that $4 where it looks like there's resistance at $4 in TSHA.
ONDS.
Trade against 783 on this one, potentially if we get volume.
TSHA.
I don't see the follow through. And TSHA is just fucking flying. You know what? It pushed into the 4. What we got above 4? What levels do we have? Let's see if we can work this out quickly. And ride the momentum. We're into sort of this gap here. This is a higher float.
ONDS.
So we're going to definitely want to see a pullback. I think I'm going to roll the dice on this one.
TSHA.
TSHA.
We're into that 4 where we're at here. That's a 5. Next level is 6. I'm going in. Fuck it. All right, I got 5 shares at 415. That's a good fill. So now I'm just watching the level 2 for more
TSHA.
momentum. Looks like we have more, so I'm going to take some more. I'm in now at 418 average with an add over 420.
TSHA.
So 418. It looks like I may have space into 6. Okay, I'm going to hold this because it's showing irrational strength. 420 is where I'm at.
TSHA.
We moved to 450. I probably should have took it there, but it may pull back and continue.
BOIL.
425 is my stop. Right in front of. I got to get out. Sure, I should have took it into the strength, but it is what it is. So now, let's see what this pullback has to offer. I should have took that into that 450 strength. That was a good pop. That was just me
TSHA.
being greedy. Now, I need to know why this thing is moving. Okay, FDA breakthrough. Hold up. Hold up. Let's get to the news on this. Let's see if we can disseminate the news and just get a better feeling of why it's moving. This will allow me to take a little bit more serious sides, be a little bit more confident if I could see why it's moving. This is old right here.
TSHA.
Yeah, I don't see it, man. I'm not seeing it.
ABVE.
Breakthrough designation gene therapies. Okay, patients are actually going to take this drug, so that means that something's working for them. And it may not just be fluff. So let's see what we get on a pullback. Just going to step back on this. Let's look back on this. So this is where we're at. We have resistance up into the 5. We hit that. No. $5 resistance, and above that we can go higher into 6 and 7. So 5, and let's call it 5, 6, and 7. All right, let's see if we get a pullback in volume off the pullback. If we do, regardless of the share float size, we'll take another stab at it. She's up quite a bit though, pretty extended. Right, hot on the RSI. So let's get a pullback first. $15 shares into that strength there. I'm in at 433. I may have to stop on this one. Let's see. Down 10 cents. I'm gonna have to stop on this one. I want to give it a little bit of wiggle room though, just a little bit. Come on, baby. I don't like the pin bar. Are you gonna stop me out? These larger caps, you gotta give a little bit more wiggle room. 430 is my average.
KZIA.
Average is 430. Come on, let's get that push up back to 450. All right, this isn't working. I'm gonna have to stop.
ABVE.
Come on, give me that rip back to 450. There's some volume stepping in. Let's see what happens here. Nope. Okay, there's a little pop in volume.
ABVE.
I don't like the pin bars into that level. All right, let's see if we go through that 450. Stop out 430, break even now. Taking something to that 450 push.
TSHA.
TSHA.
New stop 440. Taking something to that strength at 460. I got 5 shares left on the table. I'm going to leave it there. My average is 428. I'm going to leave that 5 there and see if it wants to run higher and push into that $5.
TSHA.
New stop 440. Reduce my share size. I'm going to start adding if we get more strength. She's pretty extended though. Stop is 440. Let's see how, if it wants to hold that prior level. I don't think it does. I'm going to get out.
TSHA.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with a guy named Lance Brightstein, right? Or Brightstein, right? He's a former trader at one of those floors in New York, Trillium, I believe it is. And he said that as a trader, you
TSHA.
shouldn't pigeonhole yourself into a type of trader. So I consider myself a momentum trader. That was a momentum trade, but typically I only will trade smaller floats. But you know, there's this concept that he talks about called the broken slot
DRMA.
machine. So you sit down at the casino every day, and out of all the games in the casino, every day there's going to be one that's a broken one, the one that is showing irrational strength, or
ABVE.
you know, and that's the one you need to try to identify. And that's the whole idea of stock selection, identifying the best stock, the broken slot machine, to try, you know, just to give yourself a better chance to win. But the moral of that is, yeah, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself into being one type of trader.
BINI.
If there's something that's running and there's a broken slot machine, I need to be sitting at that table. Let's see how it reacts to this 450. I don't like how extended it is. I'd like to see a deeper pullback on this. Maybe into the prior breakout area here, this 430, 440. I don't know. We're kind of in it, right? I'm a little out of my element here with this one. So I'm sizing down. FDA breakthrough therapy designation. I probably could have took some more size on that, but coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? Now, to me, the tape looks like it's slowing down a bit. So
ABVE.
let's see if we get a deeper pullback, and then we see some more volume flood into this. We have the volume profile we're looking for. Now, if we push up and show some more momentum, I'll jump on board again. I like that pin bar, but let's just see where it wants to go. 450. How are we going to react to that 450? She's quite extended. You can see over here on the 15-minute chart, this thing is up in a big way. The float on this thing's over 200 million. So that goes to show you. I'm going to take one here. I'm in 448. Tight stop on this. I'll add if it breaks out over 450. I'm at 48. I'm adding over 450. And I missed those ads. I'm going to cancel all those out.
TSHA.
And I'm just going to take what I got.
TSHA. ABVE.
I'm just going to take what I got on that one.
VINI.
I tried to add. I just couldn't get in there on time. I tried to add for that on that pump there. Right. And our target was still going to be $5. So let's see what it wants to do off this 5. Maybe I should be taking bigger sides. But again, I'm out of my element. I'm going to jump in here for 465. 464. I'm just going to take that.
TSHA.
Let's see if it wants to perk back up until where my level's at. There it goes. I'll take that. Now let's go back and look at this daily chart. So into 5, looks like it was a sound idea. Over 5, we have some gap fill. I'm not quite sure if this news catalyst is enough to get us up and through that gap fill here. And then this area here is a level that traders have fought at before. I'm not sure if I want to play around there. I feel like there's going to be a battle there, some resistance. So maybe up through 5, maybe into the bottom of where these traders have been fighting. So 550 potentially is where I may want to trade it into. So let's see if we can trade it into 550. We got to pull back. And pre-market trading is a little tough because sometimes it's hard to control your risk because you can't mark it out. You have to use limit orders. So if something starts to crash on you, just like when I tried to add and I'm trying to add higher, I'm trying to add into the ask. And on Thinkorswim, you can't make an offset. So typically I would have a +1, +2 offset over the ask. So when I hit the button, it'll give me that little couple milliseconds of wiggle room for me to get in before it starts to climb. So if I see it at 450, I punch it, it really sends it in at 452. So as it starts to climb, maybe I hit it at 452 and it doesn't get away from me. So what just happened there is that it got away from me because Thinkorswim doesn't offer an offset. So if I was using a different broker, I would use like a +2 offset, +3 offset, something like that.
ABVE.
So as I was trying to punch, I tried to punch in 15 shares, 555, as it rose higher, and I couldn't get in a fill on any of them because I was, in essence, later than the move by milliseconds. With an offset, you have a better chance of catching that run up. So we got to pull back into prior levels, which I like, especially on something like this. We'll see if we want to dance more for this level here. Excuse me.
ABVE.
And then let's see if that gave the market, the small cap market, some or any other stocks, any momentum, any sympathy momentum.
VINI.
Nice deep pullback, which is healthy. Again, volume profile, right? Pull back. Let's see if we stick this landing. I'll be looking to trade off these levels here. If we can show a turn, a clear turn,
BINI.
and a clear change in
ABVE.
volume. I'm going to hit it here. I'm in at 431, tight stop. I don't like that. I'm out. I didn't see the volume kind of perk up. I do like this pullback though. We may have to wait until you get around 9 o'clock. Sometimes at the hours, you'll see stocks that are in place start to pick up more momentum and influx and volume around the top of the hours, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So if you ever hear in the background that gong, bong, that's telling us that we're at the, there's a new hour, right? We're at the top of the beginning of a new hour. It's 8:53, so you'll be hearing it in 7 minutes from now. The scanner will do this gong. Yeah, I like this pullback. But again, I got to remind myself this is not a low float, so it may not move the way I want it to move. But if it does, then I will take a trade. And if it shows great momentum, I'm going to size into this thing a little bit.
BINI.
Yeah, we got a little bit of volume moving. We'll see if it wants to come up and take out that 1.3 million share range that we saw. What we got? Not yet. We're riding VWAP. Pardon me a second while I hit this stinking ass vape that I shouldn't be even vaping on. But sometimes I get irritated. All right, BINI. Pull up on my other screen here. No, that ain't it. That is not it. All right, let's see here. Now, this TSHA is starting to dip a little bit too low. So this could be the backside of the move, right? This could be where it decides it wants to kind of roll over, right? What I'm looking for is it to bounce in one of these prior levels. I would have liked it to bounce in here and move off of that, but let's see. Because we're pin barred, maybe it comes back up and rips through. Let's see. Let's just be ready. So you're having this EMA, VWAP convergence. Now it's starting to look like the backside of the move to me, because we're seeing weakness to the downside. And our EMA looks like it wants to crash through VWAP. So let's see what happens. So we had 3.5 million shares of volume on a 5-minute candle. on that big candle. So this big candle, pin bar at the top. Now it kind of rolled over a bit. Volume's down, but we may see another pop. We may see another bigger pop.
VINI.
Let's see. He's clearly having a little bit of trouble here at this level. I'm willing to give it a stab if it shows any strength. But I want to see it turn. I want to see the volume build up. And I want to see a nice fat green volume bar push up and through, back through VWAP, back through that EMA that's starting to crash a little bit. Speed on the tape, I want to see. Green, prints, and speed on the tape. I want to see buyers stepping in on the level 2. Stepping in and holding, right? So we want to see like a big buyers here and then hold that number and move higher. Which I'm not really seeing that. Now we're starting to see it a little bit. Let's see. I want to see a push. I want to see people step and get involved. So we got buyers in the tape here. Here we go. All right. See that 39? It's holding. All right. Starting to decrement. That's not good. All right. We broke through that level. Now we're back down. We're lower. Then that was a big buyer stepping in and they're just getting crushed. Yeah, so this looks like it's backside now. We got these pin bars into these levels, like we pushed into this level, rejected, came back, pushed into it, sort of false breakout, pushed into it again, rejected it again. So it tells me it doesn't want to be above this level. At least now it doesn't. All right, it doesn't want to trade above that level. So this looks to me to be the backside of the move. And we don't want to trade backside. There's opportunity here into the bounces and these little pops, but there's more risk associated with it. So I'm going to keep this on watch, and I'm going to go back to the scanner. You hear that? Boom, 9 o'clock. Okay. Let's
Build a website you love.
I'm going to have to get that YouTube Premium. It's not expensive. I'm actually going to do that today. I'll sign up for YouTube Premium today so we don't have to deal with these commercials. SPY looks like it's going up. Whoa. We had a little bit of something there. Okay, so this could be a position where shorts would get short, pop into VWAP, rejection off of VWAP, right? Bottom doji here. Sort of a, so maybe if I was a short, I may be getting short into this level, looking for the move lower. And if it doesn't go lower and pops up over VWAP, then we'll look for a long as shorts get squeezed out of that position. Or shorts stop out of their position. So let's watch for that. But if we look back, chart history says this thing moves up, comes down, moves up, comes down, moves up, comes down, moves up, comes down in a big way, right? So let's be cautious here because, again, stocks will often rhyme. So if I do take a position, it's going to be a small position with a tight stop.
DBGI.
BOIL.
DBGI, what's going on there? Pre-market 814. Low float. What's the news? $1.5 million investment on a $35 million company. We'll move the needle. We'll put it up on the other chart. And we'll toss it in the watch list. And the volume sucks on it. Yeah, I won't be looking at that. No, chart history says that this thing is going to go lower. So we'll back off of this. I do like that it's kind of on this 5-minute chart kind of looking like it wants to stick this level here. But until I see the volume pick up and it kind of move away from it, I'm going to leave it alone. And this may be my one and done for the day. Clearly, it's slow. Government shutdown. I'm not seeing any small caps really take off and surge. So this might be it. I may be done here. Let's see. I'll give it another few more minutes to see if this thing wants to come back. If not, I'm just going to call it. I'm going to go back to sleep. That's what I'm going to do. Kids are off today. Get another hour nap in or whatever, half hour. Make them some breakfast and whatnot. If you look over here, 15-minute, we got a nice pin bar here at the top, which isn't good. There's pins here, there's pins here, right? We want to see a pin on the bottom. We got pins at the top. These are bearish candles. And that's been a theme, right? That's where I got in trouble. What's today? I don't even know what day it is. I'm so shot right now. So this is how I got in trouble on Tuesday. By not following my gut, not acknowledging that we have pushes into the highs and rejections, pushes into the highs and rejections. So we had a big push into the high, rejection, another attempt at it, and a rejection. That scanner's awfully quiet. And then if you look at the volume, like these big pushes, the highest volume spikes of the pre-market had just kind of died out.
ARRY.
Yeah, if we break down below this level, it's over. I'm out of here. It's not to say this thing won't push higher later, but I'm done. If we look to make a move up and through VWAP, VWAP is now at 4.25. I'll admit I'll look to take a move in position off of that. But if we break down below 407, 405, I am out for the day. And this is where it gets a little difficult to practice mindfulness after you have a decent trade, because it's so easy to just jump back in. You have endorphins going. You're not thinking clearly. And I'm starting to know myself. I know when I get angry, worked up, riled up, I lose about 20 IQ points. And that's a fact. I get stupid quick. So I got to chill out, control my breathing, focus on what's in front of me, trade the chart, not my emotions. And for me, this looks like the shorts are looking to push this down for it to crack and short this thing back down to where it came from. That's what I think is happening.
ANGX.
NVTS.
ANGX is taking off.
ANGX.
Another 100 million, 150 million plus float. This one's actually moving on no news though, and on light volume. We're gonna stay away from that.
ANGX.
It's into a gap, but the volume is too light. Floats pretty high. All right, here's the crack. And this is where the shorts are going to get aggressive. Someone's looking to hold it up a little bit. We got buyers stepping in to try to hold it up, but I don't think it's going to work. Okay, pin off that level. Let's see if we get volume stepping in. Again, I want to see it
NVTS.
push VWAP and push through VWAP on a volume surge. Ideally over 1 million shares would be nice. 1 million shares in a 1 minute.
BTM. NVTS.
Yeah, this thing's slow. It's weak. I don't like it. I do want to see it kind of resolve itself before I go away, though. Before I could shut it down, whether it be up or down. Higher float's gonna move a little slower. I'm surprised it spiked the way it did with such a
NVTS.
high float. But this isn't a typical day. Government shut down. We've had a lot of stocks pop off on no news, which is a little strange. And you just kind of you gotta adapt to whatever the environment the market wants to give you. First part of it is recognizing when it changes, and it changed about 2 days ago. For me, at least.
NVTS.
SPY still high. Let's see. Let's take a look at the SPY. Yeah, so SPY is still high into the pre-market, looking to open higher. It's in the previous day. Yeah, it looks like it's going to open higher,
SHLS.
which it could spike higher or it could slam. We never know what's going to go down. My guess is that it probably pulls back due to the government shut down. That's a lot of money that's not flowing through the market. Loss of wages, just, loss of overall capital for the day. And that will probably reflect itself
NVTS.
in the market moving lower off the open. Yeah, come on now, crack and go down so I can get out of here.
CAN. NVTS.
CAN. Headline, they secured a Bitcoin miner. And we know that that has been a catalyst recently. That's a bit long in the tooth, though, that catalyst, but you never know. So I have that up on my other screen. And if it starts to really take off on volume, we'll have some
CAN.
volume. Then we'll get involved. Float is another super high float, though. 460 million shares outstanding, which makes the float. Let's see what the float is.
NVTS.
We don't have numbers on that float. So I have some other avenues to figure some things out. Super high market cap. Crypto catalyst. I don't see the float here, but it's got to be a high float anyway you slice it. So it could probably be 350, 400 million float, something like that. And we're not going to trade that if we can help it, unless it takes off and it forces us into a trade like that last one did. I might have to take this eye vision stuff off because this shit got me looking crazy. Like this CAN, right? It's moving. But again, the float is high. The catalyst is eh. Okay, so what I talked about the other day in my live video, go on with my gut. My gut tells me it's time to stop. So we're gonna wrap this one up. This one was basically about adapting to changing market environments. I think that's gonna be the moral of this one.
SHLS.
Something has changed. The government has stopped. So we just gotta trade what's in front of us, not what we want to trade. Or, we can't force our will upon the market. We just got to trade what the market gives us. And it's not giving us a lot, at least not in pre-market, maybe on the bell. but I'm not sticking around for that. I'm going to go make the kids some breakfast and give me a nap in. So I'll catch y'all. Well, tomorrow's Friday. I don't like to trade Fridays. And being that the market's slow, we're having a change in market environment. Small caps has dried up a little bit. I think I'm going to take tomorrow off. And I could be wrong. Something could take off, but it's not going to be for me. So I'll see y'all Monday morning. Again, Trader Blaze signing out. Good trading. I'll check y'all Monday morning. All right, one.